What's up, guys? It's Tony Behind the Figs, back to you with another episode. This is gonna be a very large haul. I like waiting a couple of weeks to do these videos because it's normally a long search for things and then I accumulate after a while instead of making little videos. Normally, if I find one or two things, I might post them up on the Instagram, which you should follow at Tony B Hunting Figs as well. And I'll probably post up a couple of stuff that I've been picking up. Well, with that being said, let's just get through the video. Hopefully, it's not a long one. I did break out some of them out of the box, to show you guys. This is some of the stuff I want to display now. So a lot of it is very wrestling heavy. I picked up some nice pieces from the WWE Mattel, and a couple of them I found at Ollie's, which I was surprised. So I'll work through starting with the wrestling action figures, and these two I found at Ollie's. Well, these three I found at Ollie's, and I was very pleasantly surprised. And these are the basic figures from WWE. This was about 2 years ago. I actually found these were $7 each, and these were the WrestleMania. These are the basic figures. So these are before the new articulation, but I've actually found Andre the Giant, which is awesome. So I have two other Andre the Giants. I have an Elite and a Ultimate Edition. And I think the Elite I have has the same colored trunks. So I'm debating, definitely gonna break this one out of the package. I might keep the other two for display for now. And I know the Ultimate Edition I have of the Ultimate Andre the Giant has the classic black trunks. I know there was another Andre the Giant went in with the suit on with the old school WWE belt. I haven't found that one, that's very rare, but I was pleasantly surprised to find this Andre. And I've been needing a cane for a while. I kind of regret not getting a cane when I had a chance. I think maybe it was an Elite cane or maybe Ultimate Edition, but I was at Ollie's, and from the same WrestleMania Hollywood, I found Unmasked Kane. So had to definitely pick this one up, but it's gonna be funny because I ended up finding another cane, but I'll show you that in a few. So I also got this from Ollie's as well, the Unmasked Kane. So I mean, it's a decent looking figure for a basic figure, which is fine. Until I could probably maybe get an Elite and an Ultimate Edition, but you know, I didn't mean to pick up as many canes as I have now, so now technically I have two. I'll show you the other one, but I just need one cane, classic cane. So that was a nice pickup. And the third pickup from Ollie's, I actually got an unpunched Superstars Hollywood Hogan with the spray painted WCW belt. I've been looking for this one for a while. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pick it up because it's actually from the same line. I do have the Ric Flair, don't have the Bray Wyatt, and I don't have the Honky Tonk. Ollie's has a bunch of the Ric Flair, but I was really happy to, like I said, I was never a big NWO Hollywood Hogan fan, but he's very toyetic, and it really brings me back memories, nostalgic memories. So this is something that I would definitely want to leave in the package for display. So I bought two of them, and maybe I'm hoping I can maybe get this signed if I ever go to Hogan's Beach House. So I was able to break him out, put the WCW belt on him, pose him up a little. You can remove his do-rag and his shades. I have the little rubber band that it came with. It's still holding on to it. He comes with two other interchangeable hands, grippy hands, and he has his Hollywood belt, but I took it off because it doesn't seem to fit. WCW belt doesn't seem to fit with the weight belt on him, but I thought that was cool to have one in the box and one to just pose to display, in glass display. So those were the Ollie's. Now, the Elite collection with the classic, I was so hyped that I was able to find a Muhammad Ali. And of course, you know, I had to buy two of them. I left one that I want to just leave on display nice, in box, mint condition. So have them right here, as you can see. Sorry for the glare. So this is definitely, I always wanted a Muhammad Ali, was never able to find it. They had a bunch of these the last couple of times I looked, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna go fast and it's gonna be hard to get one of these again. So I actually wanted to at least get one to leave in box, but definitely one to do figure photography and to definitely pose in a shelf or a glass case. So he also comes with regular interchangeable hands, and that's about it. Of course, you see the Muhammad Ali ring jacket or robe. You can actually take it out. He has white trunks with black stripes. So that was actually cool. So I was happy that I was able to find that Muhammad Ali. And I was able to find, they had a bunch of these too. I call it the Ichiban Hogan. This is the one where he wrestled in Japan for a while. So that's cool to get. I might just leave this one in the box. I have so many Hogans that I'm gonna end up breaking out and posing. Some of them I just might leave on the box for display, maybe try to get it signed. I'm gonna see which pieces I want signed. Definitely the Ultimate Edition that I probably put in one of my videos before. I definitely want to get signed by a Hogan. The Ultimate Edition NWO Hogan, and maybe this one. I'll try to get this one signed with the Superstar Hogan. But that was another good find. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna crack this one out. I haven't seen the Superstar version of this. I'm debating if I pick it up. It's not a big deal. But like I said, I think this is one that I'm gonna leave in box. But these were found in Target, this and the Muhammad Ali. Now, these are moving to Walmart that I found. So I was able to find this basic Bret Hart. This is from the new 2024 line with the new articulation. I think they have more articulation in the legs and in the arms. Of course, they still don't have an articulation with the ab crunch because you know the Elite has the two lines, so you're able to still do a crunch. And then the Elite ones has it, the ball joint, where you can swivel the whole chest around and get a really good pose with it. But I said, I'll pick, you know, at 10, 11 bucks is not bad for display. I'm not really sure which Bret this is, so I'm gonna try to do my research, but I'll definitely break this one out. Maybe, I have a couple of other Brets too. I have another Bret that I just picked up that I'll show you guys. But this seems good to just, you know, display, of course, figure photography, and to maybe leave my other Brets in the box until I figure out what I'm gonna do with them, or just leave them display. So I picked this up at Walmart. And picked up a cane. Classic cane with the mask on. Basic cane, but with the 2024 articulation, which you can see right here with the new gold mark. Looks like a gold token. This has a hint of orange on here, but this is awesome. I'm kind of glad I picked up the other one anyway. They are mask cane, so at least I have both versions. But I might end up getting an Ultimate cane or a Ultimate Edition or an Elite cane if it ever comes out. So this was a really nice pickup, especially with the new 2024 articulation. And I have, I think, 2 Undertakers. I didn't get the Ultimate Edition Undertaker. I was never a big Undertaker fan. But I figure I don't really need too many takers. 1 or 2, maybe 3 of one figure is okay, but I don't like to really get duplicates unless it's like Hogan, which is very toyetic. He's worn so many different costumes or tights or whatever you want to call it, and it's just very toyetic. So for me, Hogan is fun to collect. But with some of like these, even if I don't get a cane, an Ultimate cane or an Elite cane, this basic cane as well as the unmasked basic cane will be enough for me. I'll be happy with those as long as at least I have a cane from my era growing up. And I found a Dominic Mysterio. I was gonna get his dad is in the line, Rey Mysterio, but I already have, I believe, 2 Rey Mysterios. I have the one with the WCW Cruiserweight title, and I really would like them to come out. If those who know, who've been watching wrestling for a while, the 1997 Halloween Havoc, where Eddie Guerrero went against Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio was wearing that famous purple suit that looked like the Phantom, and that was probably one of the greatest matches of the year. It's a fun match to watch. If you have YouTube, I'd watch it. But I decided to get his son, of course, 2024 articulation. I haven't seen the elite version of him. I'm not sure I'll pick it up. I think I'm just gonna do with this for a while, but I would like to find a Damian Priest. If I could get a Damian Priest, I'll definitely pick it up. Again, I've seen a couple of the Ultimate Warrior basics, but I have already a couple Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior is another fun toy to collect that's very toyetic, but I have enough Ultimate Warrior, so it wasn't a big deal. And I'm not too keen on really collecting Rey Mysterios unless it's WCW era Rey Mysterio I want to collect, not WWE. Now, this is just random. AEW, Bryan Danielson just came out. This is the pay-per-view limited edition, AEW Revolution. I'm a little bit of a Danielson fan. I remember watching WrestleMania, I think 30, when he won the title in that three-way match against Batista and Triple H. So, you know, he seems to be doing this thing in AEW. It wasn't a big deal. You know, I'll probably definitely take him out the box. Doesn't really look like him much though. It looks weird. He looks like those guys that be cutting wood in the forest. Paul Bunyan or whatever they're called. But it's pretty cool. I just got it to get it. Maybe I might get it signed, try to get it signed, leave it in the box. I don't really collect too many AEWs. And going back to WWE, I was able to find the Bret Hart Ultimate Edition with the WWE or WWF World Heavyweight Championship. They still aren't been doing a good job with the face scan of Bret. I don't know what it is. The basic figure face looks a little better than this one, but I just bought it because I don't have a world title era. The elite, I have another elite of Bret Hart, but it's the Intercontinental Champion. But I figure I could give him the pose like that with the belt on. He has the shades, has the arms where you could use the arms, take off the jacket, and just put him in his regular wrestling attire. This looks like the suit he might have faced off with Stone Cold at, was the Survivor Series 96 or 97, or the Survivor Series, his last one where he fought Shawn Michaels in the screw job. I'm not sure, but I decided, let me just pick it up because this one is very rare to find. But another reason why I picked it up, because I want to crack this guy out the box for some figure photography, and that is the Ultimate Edition Yokozuna. This is an awesome looking figure. I know they have another version with the white tights. It's not a big deal to me, but that was great to find the Yoko also with the world title. And I noticed the world title on Yoko is much like a darker gold than the one with Bret. But those who've been watching wrestling as long as I have, and I'm not a wrestling connoisseur that I know the history, but I remember, you know, who could forget WrestleMania 10? You had obviously Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship, and then you had these two, WrestleMania 10 for the world title. So that was awesome. So it's something that I would like to get into figure photography and posing them, and plus display them nice in the case. And this one, I was debating if I was gonna get it, but I just got it, which was the Elite Maivia Legacy with obviously Rocky Johnson, his dad, Rocky Maivia, and High Chief Peter Maivia, his granddad. This takes me back because there was like a famous interview from Royal Rumble 97 where he was wearing this. So it takes me back to when me and my friends were watching it and having a good time watching those interviews. And of course, there's no other figure of his dad or his granddad. So I picked this up. I think this is a Walmart exclusive. So I picked that up. That's gonna be nice to display. I'm definitely gonna break them out the box and display them, but that was cool to have. And I made sure to, because I know some of them people have been an issue of this missing. So I made sure at least everything was in the box. All right, that's the wrestling. Oh, and I forgot to say, so A cool idea I had to also display my Muhammad Ali is I'm gonna take the backing from the cardboard, right? This was the inside slip. So I figure maybe I'll get some styrofoam or wood and maybe shape it right here for a display stand. I don't know if I'm gonna try to use tape or something to hold this together so it's not wobbling and it just sits still, and then have maybe the Muhammad right here. You know, I thought it would be a cool display. I wish this was like, it came like a plastic or a hard material that can form into a display stand for him. Oh, just fell. But that's what I was thinking to do with this. And I know the rest of them from this edition has the same type of backing, so I think that's kind of cool. So that'll be my project. If it works out, I'll post a picture on my Instagram again, Tony B Hunting Figs on Instagram. Now, this is something that I found at FYE, which are still around, especially in my area, for your entertainment. For those who don't know, I was able to find the Super 7 Rocky series. So Super 7 is expensive, but like I said, if it's something that I find is rare and hard to get, then I'll get it. It's another thing, I really want Rocky figures. I'm gonna see if I can go on a toy hunt one day and try to hit up classic toy stores and see if I can find, like, I think Jakks specific maybe have made them, I think maybe Mattel, but I would love to pick up like a Rocky and Apollo Creed and maybe Clubber Lang and Drago if they have those. But I was able to find these. I almost have the whole set. The only one I'm missing is the Rocky Balboa in the sweatsuit. So that's the only one they didn't have, but they had this one with his collector gear when he was doing his collections in the first movie, and it's this overall classic look. And then they have the Italian Stallion robe that he wore that was too big. Was it? This might, I think this is probably part 2, because I think he had a white robe in part 1, I could be wrong. And they had a Mickey. So I was surprised with this line they didn't have an Apollo Creed. Maybe this is, let me see what year this came out. This came out 2023. So I don't know if there was a line before this that had Apollo, or they're gonna come out with one with Apollo. I'm not, too sure. I also decided to pick up, I saw this at Target. I decided to get a Baxter Stockman just to get with the Mirage toy line, being that I believe this is the Wanderer, which I have. I definitely have the Casey Jones. This looks like the Rat King. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. This is a couple of characters that I'm gonna get, but I decided to get the Baxter Stockman because it takes me, back to, a lot of nostalgia from the comic. Originally, he was an African-American character. So that was cool to get. He has the Mousers. So this is something that's gonna be really nice to crack him out the box and pose with the other 4 Mirage Turtles and other figures that I've been picking up. Also, I was able to still get the Foot Clan. Now, the thing is that I don't have too many foot soldiers. The foot soldiers I have are from the NECA movie. So I have the 2-pack that came out for Secret of the Ooze, and then I have the pack that came with Kino that comes with 1 foot soldier. So technically I have 3. I never bought the single foot soldier. They came out with the first one, I kind of regret. But I noticed that they had Best Action, had the Foot Clan on sale from the video game, Turtles in Time. 4-pack for 25 bucks. This was like 80 bucks, 85. So that was a pretty good deal. So you get the different color foot soldiers from the video game, from like different stages. You see how this is when the turret, you throw them into the screen or off the screen. Then you got the blue, orange, pink, was this gray or silver, and they come with a bunch of hands, a bunch of different weapons. But I bought this to add to like how some people do army building when I look at a lot of these videos. So I noticed that I don't really have an army building type of thing where I have enemies like that to just pose for like for video toy photography. So these are nice, even though they're a lot smaller scale than the NECA Turtles, but you know, I could also make it work with any Marvel figures I have to create fight scenes and all that. So that's gonna be awesome. If I could find another one, I'll pick it up so just I can double the army build. I missed out on the best action IDW turtles that were gray. I was gonna pick it up one time and then I said, oh, I'll come back for it, and somebody picked it up and it was 25 bucks. Good deal. I'm not really familiar with those turtles, the IDW. Mirage is my type of turtles from the comics, but I said, hey, 25 bucks, you can't beat that, but it was already gone. If I see it again, I might pick it up if it's still on sale. And back to FYE, I was glad I finally saw these. And I always said I was gonna get more statues instead of always getting action figures. I was thinking about getting more posters, more statues. Statues are expensive, but sometimes McFarlane makes some good miniature statues that I like, and I was able to find this Al Simmons Spawn. This was really dope when I saw him advertise for it. So he's kind of doing the BX Wakanda, crossing the arms. I guess the art is from one of these Spawn comic books. So he's definitely gonna get cracked out. The box, that's gonna be a nice display, because I have two other Spawns that I bought years ago from Toys R Us that are kind of like this, just statuesque, not really action figures, that is gonna look really nice, you know, being next to. So I guess he has his display stand in the bottom that I could see. I like it. Comes with the trading card with the gold around it, with the original comic book art. You can see it's all the way in the back. So that's something that I'm gonna try to take care of. I saw that they had the cartoonish Commando Spawn from this series. I might go back to FYE, see if they still have it. And I think they had another Spawn from this series, another statue, but I'm gonna check it out. But I was like, if I had to buy one, this one definitely takes the cake. I had to definitely get this Al Simmons Spawn. And that is the toy haul. I picked up a couple of comic books because I know they're making a couple of movies with Marvel based on the comic series, and I said, you know what, when I was a kid or younger, I was never really into reading up on it, but now they're coming out with all these movies and I want to read from the source material just to catch up to see, now that I'm older and I could have time to read. So I know that, you know, Civil War came out, which was an excellent Captain America movie, but I decided to finally get the graphic novel and read up on the actual events of what happened. So I'm gonna be catching up on reading with that. And I think they're supposed to be coming out with a Secret Wars movie or Avengers movie. So I picked up the graphic novel for Secret Wars. I never read Secret Wars ever when I was a young kid. All I know is that that's where we got the black suit Spider-Man from whatever planet they went to. I think it sucks that they're probably not gonna stay true to the source material, since I guess Venom is in its own universe under Sony, and I doubt they're gonna allow Marvel to make their own type of Venom, unless, you know, who knows, maybe they could still do something and figure out where it came from, and they end up going to the planet where Venom in the movie series show where his symbiote comes from, which I need to watch the movies again because I'm kind of forgetting what happened in them, and I know they're making a part 3. They weren't great, but for me, they were a guilty pleasure that I actually enjoyed. Kind of like the Resident Evil movies were horrible, but I love them. They're just like a guilty pleasure, like kind of like food that you shouldn't eat, but it just tastes good, just entertaining. That's how the Venom movies are, so I gotta watch them. But I'm definitely gonna be catching up on some reading. Another thing that was cool that I saw when I was at my local comic book shop was the Return of Superman. It looked like they re-released this. These are the comics that came out after Superman died. So I had the different Supermans like Superboy, Man of Steel, forgot which Superman this was, and then they had like the Terminator looking guy, Superman. So another 30th anniversary, I'm gonna read into this again because I haven't in years. I used to have it. And then I picked up Predator vs. Wolverine, which I just finished reading. It's definitely an excellent read. I recommend anybody who's into the Predator as much as I am and Wolverine to give it a good read. It's like a good battle that you know just works, you know? So I would highly suggest that. And then I noticed they've been re-releasing these old school comic books, and this brought me back to when I was a kid. The old school Wolverine comic #1, is this #1? Yeah, #1. But this is a re-release, kind of like how they're re-releasing like the old school Ninja Turtles from '87. Is exactly everything is the same. It's just obviously, you know, it's not the classic one. So that was dope that I saw that. It brings me back from when that comic book came out. Also this one, this is another Wolverine comic that came out, also #1. And it has kind of like a glossy, shiny, metallic cover. So that was kind of awesome. So I picked that up. And then this one, X-Men #268 with Captain America, Wolverine, and I think that's Black Widow on there. The reason why I love this cover so much too is because it's Jim Lee drew it, and Jim Lee was one of my favorite comic book artists. So you had Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee, and Todd McFarlane, like the original co-founders of Image Comics. Those were me and my other friends that used to draw on comic books. Those were like one of our favorite artists of all time. And I saw this book when I was at Target. So skipping over back to Target, The Art of Masters of the Universe, Origins and Masterverse. This book is hefty. And being a guy that I love art, I love, you know, books on art, especially Masters of the Universe, something that came out when I was a kid. So this reminds, I thought this was Pixel Dan's book that he came out with, that I think he, you know, goes into the whole lore of Masters of the Universe, but it's not. But this is a definitely nice coffee piece, coffee table, but I would definitely keep this in the toy room. I'm not gonna keep this out in the living room, but I think this was awesome to go through. And last but not least, I forgot, I also picked this up at the comic book shop, Deadpool The First 30 Years. It looks like a kid's book, Nerdy 30. I do not know too much about Deadpool. I loved his first 2 movies. Obviously, I know that Rob Liefeld created him. There's also so many characters that Rob Liefeld created that looks like Deadpool. I know he started off as a bad guy, then you kind of like an anti-hero. So I bought this because it gives you kind of like a history run on like everything that Deadpool showed up in, every comic book, and just to get an idea, because I want to start getting into Deadpool and reading about him. So I figured, let me just do a quick little history research on Deadpool, and then I'll see which comic books I should start off with. So I decided to just pick that up as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I believe that is the end of the haul. Thank you for taking your time of checking out this video. Again, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll bring you another new haul. Oh, can't believe I'm about to end this haul. And I didn't tell you guys that I was in Target and I saw the Batman Hong Kong skydive. And I'm like, oh, I have that one already. But then I noticed he has the mask on. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? And then I saw that it was a platinum edition. And then I noticed that he had the soft goods cape. And I noticed, bam. So obviously this is the same exact Batman as the first one I got. It just didn't come with the soft goods cape with the little wiring to pose it. And it definitely didn't come with the open hands to grab anything. It didn't come with a grappling gun either, or any batarangs. But I think they came with the open hands just to specifically do this pose that I did. So I thought that was cool, so I definitely had to pick it up. So I picked up these. This is one of the NECA stands. So I just posed them kind of, as you can see, I have them kind of flying through the air, because I know in that scene after he shoots off the roof, he flies off the roof and then his cape expands. I'm not sure exactly how it looks. I gotta watch the movie again, but it was similar to this before he crashed through the building. So I thought that was awesome. So this was definitely awesome for figure photography, but it already comes with its own DC stand. This stand isn't that great. It might be good for maybe a Superman character, but to make these type of poses that I want, at least with Batman, the NECA one is a lot better. But it's still cool that they came with its own stand, and I think they should come with more stands often, especially just to display, instead of the little, you know, circle black ones that it comes with. Well, again, let's try this again. Thank you for tuning in to another um, toy haul video. Hope you guys stop by my Instagram page and show some love and subscribe. I want to, of course, try to put more content on there, and hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll bring you another new haul, and we'll see what they got out there. We'll see if anything new came out, and then I will be eager to share with you guys. All right, so again, thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.